Hi, I'm Larry Cole with the Dealer Institute, and I hope you're having a great day wherever it is that you might be. Today we're going to explore our fourth video in a series of 5, dealing with the relationships between our interpersonal skills and how we interact with stress. Speaking of stress, for those of you who have been with me and seen this chart before, we see that as stress increases, performance increases to a point, and if stress continues, then performance can decrease. So stress in reality is our friend. It's energy to keep us going and get us started, but it can become an enemy. But that is a freedom of choice. You and I make that decision whether or not we're going to keep it as a friend or as an enemy, and we're going to try to keep it as a friend. I'm going to show you some things in just a moment about what it is that we can do. But first, let's look at this one. This is a series of charts. It's got 4 interpersonal skills on it. You see we've got 2 psychological dimensions. The very first one is assertiveness. How willing am I to tell people what I think as we go from low to high? It also shows you how much energy we display. Over here we have people, again going from low to high. And the higher we are on the people, then the more important people are in our lives. We enjoy working with them. So today we're focusing on the amiable. The amiable is high on people, lower on assertiveness. So we have an individual who believes that relationships are extremely important. That's their emotional support system. They like to be around people. They like to talk to people about their friends and their hobbies. They want you to talk about their friends and hobbies because that shows them that you care about them as an individual. They want to talk about their feelings. They're going to ask them, very comfortable with you sharing their feelings, your feelings with them as well. They're enablers. They like to help people and they're willing to help people. People like them. They got a lot of people power. They attract people to them. The other thing which they do is that they are great customer service workers. They get great interpersonal skills, right? So, but they may be a little slower in getting things done than what you might like. So what pushes their button? Well, they're just like the rest of us. There are several items. One is change. They don't like change. They like the status quo, the security of the status quo. Matter of fact, anything that threatens their psychological or physical security is going to be stress-inducing. The other thing is relationships. If there's any conflict anywhere or difference of opinion, can become very difficult for them because it could lead to a conflict. Any insincerity between a relationship could be also a stressor. Too much criticism. Their philosophy is, look, I like you, I wouldn't hurt you, so why are you hurting me? All right, so those are some of the stressors. So what happens? Well, they're laid back. So they're going to withdraw. The people over here on the right got more assertiveness. They're going to fight the stress, but this tendency is to withdraw. They're going to be much more laid back as a result. We may have to help them to get started on something. They're going to tend to worry a lot about what it is that concerns them. They could even hold a grudge, particularly if they feel like somebody hurt them in this situation. So what do we do with it? Well, just like everybody else I've said before, you got to stop and think. You got to get control of your thoughts because your thoughts control your reactions. You want to make a good choice or a bad choice. Obviously, we want to make a good choice and keep stress as our friend, but we can make the freedom of choice that it become an enemy. All right, second thing is, just remember, all will be well. Things have been well before in the past that we've worried about. I think they say something like only 1 or 2% of what we worry about comes true. So everything is going to be fine. You have a lot of friends, so talk to your friends. They can be a tremendously important emotional support system. Speaking of support system, believe in a higher power. Amiables tend to be a little more religious. If you believe that a higher power is going to help you, then in fact that higher power is going to help you. Another little technique is just list your blessings. I've done that. I read that periodically. I rank order what I consider to be my top 10 blessings. All right, take control of the situation. All of us have to do that, of the stressor. And if it's an interpersonal conflict, you might introduce the conversation with something like this. Larry, I really need to talk to you about something. When you do this, then I feel this. All right? You have the right to express your feelings. So, I hope some of those ideas will be put to work for you. I do want to encourage you to contact WIDA if we can ever be of assistance, and please let me know if I can answer any particular question. Thank you for watching this video.